Will the IRS garnish pay that I receive through 1099 relationships? I'm Darrin Mish. They call me the IRS solution attorney. The answer is, if you are self-employed, meaning that you get 1099s, you're not incorporated, but you get 1099s from various sources. If you let this go far enough, the IRS will eventually garnish that income that you receive from those 1099 sources. That's called, it's basically called, we call it a contractor levy, and it's different than an IRS wage levy in this respect. I'll tell you what it is. In an IRS wage levy, the IRS has to follow what's put forth in publication 1494. It's a chart that says how much of your pay as a W-2 employee that you get to keep according to your filing status and how many dependents are in the family. On a contractor levy, and that W-2 levy, by the way, is continuous until it's either released or until the liability is full paid. In a contractor levy, it's a little bit different. It's actually worse. There is no publication 1494. They take the 100% of that 1099 pay until the liability is paid or until you get it released. And so that makes a 1099 relationship super easy to levy for the IRS and super painful for you as the taxpayer. So if you're in that situation, you have to get that taken care of one way or the other. Sometimes people just move on to different 1099 relationships, and I guess that could work. One time I was doing a consult with a truck driver, and he had a levy, and we were talking, and he said, well, would it be better if I just quit my job? And I said, well, I don't know. It depends on if you can get another job. He says, watch this. He calls up he calls up a new employer, potential employer, and he says, hey, I need a new job. And the guy hired him right on the spot. He called up the old employer right there. He quit. He hung up, and he's like, okay, am I done? I thought that was fascinating. I don't think most people have that opportunity. And so, but I wanted to tell that story because it was pretty funny at the time. And that did thwart the IRS for quite some time. So the answer is, if you're in a 1099 situation, the IRS can levy that source of income, and it's rather easy for them and it's rather painful for you. If you have other questions about this or really anything else having to do with IRS problem resolution, I invite you to visit our website at getirshelp.com or give us a call at 888-438-6474. That's 888-GET-MISH.